we have the roll call.
Roll has been taken.
Thanks everybody for attending. Roll call has been taken. I presume no one has a declaration of conflict of interest. If so, raise your hand. Seeing none, let me call for a mover and seconder for everything that's before us today. Councillor Samwell moves it and Councillor Carpenter seconds it. Thank you, Councillor Carpenter. We've got minutes. Does anybody have any corrections or amendments to the minutes? Seeing none, let's go ahead and vote on those if we could, please. Those in favor? That carries. Thank you very much. And on item 4.1, sports facilities overview and update. May, did you want to talk a bit about what's before us?
Sure. Yes, I'll go through from that point on. Okay, so at our meeting on October 18th, 2023, the Major Sports Team Liaison Committee passed the following resolution, which was ratified by Council on November 28th, 2023. That staff report 2023-621, titled Current and Prospective Major Sport Teams and Local Sports Facilities be received, and that the chair of the Major Sports Team Liaison Committee and the manager of Economic Development and BRC consult with current major sports teams listed in section 5.11 and 5.13, gather feedback of their experiences in the city of Brantford and report back to the committee. And that staff prepare a report related to the city of Brantford sports facilities listed in section 5.2 and include the following information: seating capacity, parking review, general overview of the state of this facility, and future plans for the facility. Since our last meeting, the city of Brantford's Parks and Recreation Department provided an overview of city facilities as requested, which you can see as Appendix A in the report, along with an overview of city facilities by city staff. Feedback regarding sports facilities was also gained through meetings with the city's current major sports teams. The in-person meetings focused on the team's experiences in the city and use of facilities, including the Wayne Gretzky Sports Center and Arnold Anderson Stadium. Responses from team representatives showed a high degree of satisfaction with city facilities, with issues handled professionally and promptly by city staff. The Arnold Anderson Stadium has recently undergone renovations with continued upgrades scheduled for 2024 and beyond. Parks and Recreation staff provided a list of upcoming upgrades to Arnold Anderson Stadium, which is included as Appendix B in the report. At the request of the chair, meetings were ongoing with major sports team, and on January 17th, 2024, the chair and city staff met with Jason Stangl, a member of the ownership group that purchased the Brantford Bandits Junior Hockey Club in May of 2023. Overall, the feedback was very positive, with a suggestion that increased promotion of the team in the city of Brantford would be beneficial. With the mandate of the Major Sports Team Liaison Committee to create and maintain positive and ongoing business relationships with our major sports teams, and to provide an avenue to take advantage of future opportunities to attract new major sports teams to the community, city staff recommend that the committee approve the following next steps. Maintain current major sports team business relationships through incorporation into the Economic Development, Tourism, and Cultural Initiatives Department Business and Retention and Expansion Program, which is called the Business Consultation Program, so that annual touch points are made and positive relationships are maintained. Where opportunity exists for on-site tours or where visits are requested by members of council, these visits will include both appropriate staff and elected officials, which is the same as the existing business consultation process. Identify targeted leads in consultation with the chair and vice chair from potential sports teams that could be attracted to Brantford. Prepare a list of facility and other needs that would be required in order to accommodate the identified leads. And when leads are identified, prepare an investment attraction strategy for each team to best position the city of Brantford to welcome the priority sports and teams. Some initial techniques that could be utilized to attract sports teams could include marketing packages with demographics, key markets, amenities, history, and current success stories, meetings and site visits with key leagues and investors, and identifying key collaborators, i.e. the city leadership, community sports leaders, and developers. Back to you, Chair.
Thank you very much. So also for the edification of committee members, as you know, we've had a number of meetings with current sports teams. The vice chair and I met with one group. I met with a group. And Member Samuel has met with the hockey folks with me as well. And as May indicated, and by the way, thank you to staff for their excellent support in this endeavor. So there are some sticking points with some of our teams, which we can readily address, and staff are aware of most of those now, and none are deal breakers, thankfully. But there are opportunities for us to do bigger and better with respect to the attraction and retention of some of these teams. And we do have the list, which we've populated. I think everybody's had an opportunity to chip in on that. So we'll take this to council, I guess, in March, this report. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah, COW in March. And then we move on with talking to folks who are not presently located here, but probably will see the benefit to being a Brantford-based team. Discussion.
Yeah.
Councilor Carpenter.
Yes, you said the mayor and you have met with some teams. Who have you met with?
Oh, no, sorry, not the mayor. Councilor Samuel and I also met with some folks, as you and I did, Richard. We met with Bandits Hockey.
Yeah, the other one.
Yeah, so we met with, I think I met along with lacrosse with May.
Yeah, we met.
You and I met with baseball. Mandy and I met with Bandits, and we still have the other,
The 99ers.
the 99ers to meet with. And they're proving to be a bit elusive with respect to scheduling. So we'll try and knock that off in the next 30 or 60 days as well, Councilor.
And the city's facilities review, we only looked at city facilities. Why did we not look at private sector facilities too? Or is that the intent to go forward?
Yeah, that's a good point. I'm not sure that have we touched on that?
No.
Okay, yeah, let's maybe if you'd like to amend that in today, Councilor.
Yes, wherever the clerk deems it to fit, I think we'd like to meet with the private sector groups that own private sector facilities, such as We the North, for example, that own the basketball stadium on Elgin Street. It's certainly worth a visit and a discussion with them as well.
Could I ask you to introduce that as an amendment right now, please?
Sure. Well, I'm just looking for where we will put that though.
Yeah, staff will find a place.
All right, I'd like to amend it that we include private sector facilities as well, to meet with them, what their facilities look like and what they need.
We have Councilor Samuel as the seconder.
Yeah.
Right, okay. Any discussion on the amendment? Okay, let's vote. Please do.
All those in favor?
And
Those
that's
opposed?
that carries unanimously. Thank you.
I
We
just
still
think
have
that there's
four.
an opportunity to work with the private sector on these initiatives as well. We haven't talked about revenue generation and what we charge for fees. I mean, what's the benefit? For example, the Red Sox would be a good example. What's the benefit of what are we charging them? What's the benefit? What's our actual cost? And is there a net benefit of having a major baseball team here? Equivalent to the OHL, quite frankly, in baseball. But what's the advantage? There's an advantage. There has been an advantage in the past and some of the issues. How do we deal with the issues of assisting them and what they need to do to find their own sponsor, whether that be education or what packages need to look out? Like I think that's been the problem with Red Sox, being able to get regular sponsors. Bulldogs are pretty good at that. They've been doing that for a long time. They know that. But when we have a local team, we have to have some way to educate them. And then none of this deals with the minor groups, does it? So the minor groups are the ones that come up and feed the other system.
That was not in our mandate.
No,
But if you'd like to suggest that, that's something that we could pursue.
I think it's something we should probably have a discussion about that sometime in the future about expanding the mandate if we're going to make sure that the minor sports groups also have the facilities that they need. And I know Parks and Rec are working on some of that already. So it's not like we won't have some successes there, because there are successes. We know in the budget planning process, they're adding another baseball field to the Cockship Park area. So that's a plus already. So we're already doing some of these things. I think that we could get some quick wins there, and then we need to find permanent facilities for the minor sports groups themselves. And I know we've been sort of working on that, but I think I don't know what committee that's in right now. It doesn't seem to have a home. And that's.
If I may ask you again, by the way, I don't have a timer for the meeting, so you know, you may or may not go over your speaking limit and the chair won't
Okay.
bring to bear any sanctions against you, but would you like to suggest now that we recommend to council that our mandate be broadened to include minor sports teams?
I would move such a, but where would I put that resolution as an amendment? I mean, otherwise I have to give notice of motion.
No,
And
it's,
then it
it's the chair rules that it's a valid amendment to whatever's before us, and staff will insert it wherever it seems apt, okay?
Well, okay, I'll move an amendment that the committee consider expanding our mandate to include minor sports.
Councilor, I believe you would have to make a recommendation to council that our mandate be amended to permit that, if I could.
Yes,
suggest
that's what
that word.
that's fine.
And Councilor Samwell, always supportive, is the seconder. Discussion on this, folks?
Just, it's a great idea.
Yeah, it's an excellent idea, Councilor. In fact, it was suggested to us by one of the teams that we should go down that road as well. I can't recall who it was. Okay, so any more discussion?
I actually also have an amendment when that's appropriate.
We'll come right back. So no more discussion on this. So if you could go to the vote, please.
All those in favor? Those opposed?
I think that was unanimous.
Carried.
Councilor Samwell, you have the floor.
Okay, so I have an amendment that staff be directed to compile notes from the consultation meetings conducted and prepare a work plan to address outstanding matters.
Excellent. Thank you. Thank you for that. Seconder. Thank you, Councilor Carpenter.
I'm fine with that, but Mayor Davis is here too, I think.
Well, yeah, he is. I
You
know.
guys just keep doing your thing.
Okay. Okay, any discussion on the amendment before us? Let's vote.
All those in favor?
And
Those
that
opposed?
carries. Thank you. So now we've got this thing before us that's now three times amended, I guess. Any discussion on what's before us 3 times amended? Okay, let me just reiterate, thanks again to staff, in particular May, for her support on this file. And we'll go to that vote,
All those in favor?
and that carries. Thank you. So I don't see any resolutions. Notices of motion are notable only by their absence. And we are adjourned. Thanks, everybody. A very productive meeting.